first time when I was here, I thought, oh my God, I'm not going down here. These guys are crazy.
Yeah, it's quite the course, you know. The first 30 seconds you're just hanging on in sheer terror, you know, the first bit.
What is the most difficult part of the race for you?
The most difficult one is from start to finish area.
Who made a little mistake there and paid for it.
Kitzbuhel, the most exciting word in winter sport. And today, the most exciting ski racer ever tells us why. On the Hahnenkamm for Ski Sunday, Franz Klammer.
When I was here the first time, I was really scared. I thought, oh my God, people are pushing out of the starting gate. But it is a really great feeling to be up here, to be concentrated, just you and the downhill. Go out there and try to make a good first turn. So, let's go. That's pretty icy. And here, that's the Mausefalle. It's the biggest jump in the race, about 60 meters. Here we're coming to the entrance of the Steilhang. It's a blind left-hand corner and it's getting very steep. I think, or for me, it's just the most frightening part in the downhill. You come very close to the net here and if you miss it, you're gone. You win the race here or you lose it. Afterwards it's a long flat part and here you need a real good tack like this. And
they still come to see this racer. He'll make mistakes, but he'll compensate superbly.
Now it's coming up the Hausbergkante, the most frightening part in the downhill, and here you have to take the risk to win the race or to lose it. You're really tired already. Your legs are burning. Yeah, your legs are burning. You come around this corner and here's the big jump in the Zielschuss. That's the fastest part of the downhill. You have to concentrate just to stay on your skis.
The crowd know it. Klammer, the downhill champion. The comeback, the biggest story in skiing. It'll be even bigger one if he wins here now. Come on, he must be there. He's there, 2:02.82. He's destroyed it.
No, I'm in the finish. I'm really exhausted.
Franz Klammer, the greatest ski racer of all time, on the top as he stands at the bottom of the Hahnenkamm.
And once again, Austria are on top of the ski world. The successes have come back, with men like Wernsberger, Stock and Hofleiner this season dominating the downhill victory ceremonies. For every man brave enough to race Kitzbuhel, and the relatively small entry list includes the Bell brothers, there's no bigger challenge. Before the first of the two downhills, there'd been new snow. They all knew the right choice of skis would be vital. Austria were to get it wrong. The man who got it right is an Austrian, but he skis for Luxembourg, Marc Giardelli. Giardelli, who had a row with his home nation quite a few years ago, and has had another row this season with the World Cup organisers when he walked out of the first two races in Italy, had until this moment never won any downhill, let alone this one. But when it was almost over, a race of surprises produced the biggest. Roman Rupp, a lowly ranked Austrian, gave it everything, then couldn't believe it. Rupp was third, the day of his life. He was Austria's best. The Austrian stars were bewildered.
It is a little bit hard to explain what happened today. The conditions were really different to the days before, but I think no racer should complain about the conditions. We have to take it as they are, and we have to do our best. And tomorrow is another day, and we'll try our best again.
Well, so far we've only had a little taste of the Kitzbuhel weekend. The big race, the big day is just beginning. Already tens of thousands are making their way to the mountain from this little 13th century town. The package tour ski fans rubbing shoulders with the rich and the famous. They're all here to be a part of ski racing's carnival.
After the Frenchman, it'll be Zurbriggen, 3 times Kitzbuhel champion. Wernsberger, twice champion at 7. Muller, who's never won it, at 10. Höflener, still the favourite, 13, followed by Giardelli.
So we're ready, and so is Christophe Play, the 49th running of the Hahnenkamm. First problem, the jump into the Mauserfalle. And thousands lining the course all the way. The total distance of 3,500 meters. The big S, he swings through. The left-hander onto the stile hang. And this very difficult exit, and it's bumpy as you can see, and Play was struggling there.
Runners are expected here to finish.
The section where the Austrians went wrong yesterday. The skis just weren't running.
Starting interval up to number 20, 90 seconds.
What they call the flats, but as you can see, it is very flat. It's down through the trees from the stile hang before they come to the Hausberg. The long running section where the skis have to be absolutely right. 75 miles an hour through here. The race are beginning to breathe very heavily now because there's some very difficult parts coming up. Some Play lower down the course now. That's the first check time, 1:38.79. Through the upper and lower Hausberg. And a massive crowd here in the finish bowl. He's got the little compression to come. It's only little, but it can cause problems. 123 kilometers, just under 75 miles an hour. Takes the jump, takes it well. The winning time yesterday, 2:01.25. He's past that, so I don't think he's anywhere near quick enough today. 3 from last yesterday, and he doesn't think much of the day either. Zurbriggen. 3 times winner, only Klammer has done better. He won 4. Zurbriggen 16th yesterday. Look at that. My goodness, how did he hold that? He was so high and struggling as he came through. And he's really putting some speed into this S. Stile hang, which Zurbriggen has complained about the exit, the hole at the bottom. He said it's too dangerous. Took it well. Here's Zurbriggen again. Comparison with Christoph Play. His time on the left and much quicker as he had to be because Play was bad. Zurbriggen is good. And the atmosphere here, tremendous. This is where Zurbriggen went a couple of years back when he was so tired it's fast. Holds the tuck well. Zurbriggen looking tremendous, and so is that time, 1:58.95. The all-time record is 1:57.20. Zurbriggen has given them something to aim for now. Now he's got the long wait to see what the rest can do. Mara, the second of the Swiss, got his best result of the season here yesterday when he was 7th. Totally different technique from Zurbriggen. Permanently watered the style hang. You can hear the ice. And quicker, and quicker. Now that's a surprise. Mara, a third up on Zurbriggen. Well, he celebrated his 27th birthday last week. Struggling to get a place in the Swiss team for the World Championships. Almost sits there. The legs are so tired. They're burning there. 1:58.95 with Zurbriggen. Mara was quicker at the split. And he's quicker at the bottom by half a second. Zurbriggen won't win. And Mara leads. It could be another day of shocks and surprises. 7th yesterday. Until then, only once in the top 15. The first of the Austrians. A lot of discussion in the Austrian hotel last night as to where they all went wrong, except for Roman Rupp. Stock on the crest of a wave after his World Cup win following the Olympic Games, and Stock's bad on the jump. Twice 7th here on the Hahnenkamm. Never done better than that. The most difficult exit in ski racing out of the style hang. So, the tail of the clock for Stock. Oh, and it's a sad story. The Austrian coach will have radios all the way down the course and all the information going back up to the other Austrians waiting to start. And the Austrian fans so disappointed yesterday. There's so many more here today, but only 4th for Stock and nearly 1.5 seconds down, and a bit of a groan goes around the bowl of the finish. Shakes his head. He knows that won't get him very far today. A mistake right at the start. Look how he struggled on the jump into the Mauserfaller. Flailing, trying for survival. Did well. Pleased to be there and safe. Wernsberger, his 18th Kitzbuhel, his 124th World Cup downhill. Good. In the last 8 races, he's never been out of the top 10 here. He's won on 2 occasions. Watch this one. Oh, you'd have lost a little bit there. Did well to get out of the style hang. Yes, this is possible. Wernsberger now using all his experience. He could have been a little quicker there. 125 would have been better. 1:58.42 is Mara. Wernsberger at 56. 58.67, he goes second. He did so well on the bottom part. And Peter Wernsberger goes into second place behind Daniel Maurer of Switzerland, a quarter of a second over more than 2 miles of the difficult mountain track in the world. Another man who caused a big surprise yesterday, Michael Maher of Italy, when he skied into second place behind Giardelli. So the big Italian, fresh from his best ever run on the Hahnenkamm. The only man who's been in the top 15 in every downhill race this season. Little hesitant. Not quite as good today, and the Hausberg, that's not as big a jump as in previous years, but Meyer found a lot of air on it. He'd have lost even more time because of that. All the bumps, all the ruts, the vibration. Lots of weight, lots of strength to get good speed on the bottom, but not enough. And no second place for Meyer today, 5th at the moment. Quicker than Heinzer and Stock. Says, oh, well, never mind, yesterday was great. Now, Muller. Like Wernsberger, his 18th Kitzbuhel. 12 times in the top 10, 8 times in the top 5. He's never won it. He was 4th yesterday. The big swinging S. Building for the style hang, where he said yesterday he thought he'd lost a full second on this exit. He took it very badly. That's much better today. Speed out of the style hang so important. And Muller is in touch. Try and think of what less, just about half a second is, but that's a big gap to make up in this business. But Muller can do it. That's fast, very fast. Daniel Maurer, his teammate, down at the bottom in the lead at the moment from Wernsberger of Austria, and Muller's having a real, in that little compression, lost the ski and lost the chance. The chance was definitely on, and just meters from the line. Muller made the big mistake when the legs are so tired and the heart is thumping. Oh, feel for him. 3 Swiss in the top 4. He's 4th. Now, hold your breath. Drawn 13. The man of the season, the downhill championship leader, Helmut Hoflener. Never won on the Hahnenkamm. Oh. Whoa. He'll be breathing. Best he's ever done here was a second. He was just beaten by Zurbriggen by a quarter of a second at 85. And he's down there. That mistake you saw on the style hang will have cost him dearly. 6 times he's been in the top 10 here. But that's unsettled him. He's got the speed, about 75 miles an hour. He won't win. 8th. About a 1 1/4 seconds down. Another disappointing day for Hoflener here, who was 17th yesterday, but appreciated by this big Austrian crowd. I think he's a little bit disappointed he hasn't brought them more excitement. It was all on the style hang. Now, yesterday's winner, the man who yesterday won the first ever World Cup downhill of his life, Marc Giardelli. Technically superb. Fastest at every section yesterday, all the way. He's raced in 3 downhills, 4th, 9th and a winner yesterday. Refused to race in the first 2 at Val Gardena after a row with the organisation. He'll be kicking himself now, I'm sure. This is looking good. Yes, it is. Only 0.28 down on Mara, who leads from Wernsberger, and Giardelli could be going for a Hahnenkamm-Kitzbuhel double. That's not that quick, and Giardelli is nearly caught by the famous compression, sat back there, and he used all his strength to push forward. It's good. And he's second by 700. First yesterday, Mara is down there breathing like mad by just looking at the clock, and Giardelli says, well, that's not too bad, is it? And my goodness, it isn't. Mara of Switzerland, from this man, Giardelli of Luxembourg, Wernsberger of Austria now in 3rd place. Rob Boyd of Canada didn't get on too well here yesterday, 19th. The man who skis the bumps of Val Gardena so well, but hasn't done too well in the other races since then. Yet again, Kitzbuhel producing the drama, the excitement. Muller virtually going in the compression. Giardelli nearly went as well, and that's certainly where he lost the chance of winning. Hoflener going wrong on the style hang. And Boyd 10th at the split. Got plenty of speed on this section. Done well on the bottom part. It was that extra speed he found after the Hausberg that brought him in that 6th spot from being 10th at the intermediate position. Mara is still leading, and the top 15 seeds are all down the mountain. Brian Stemmel, the first year he's raced Kitzbuhel, and Rob Boyd's had a tremendous run here to get that equal 6th place. Boyd found all his speed on the bottom part. Here's Stemmel. Oh, on the style hang. He's only raced once in his life in race conditions, and it looks like it, and Stemmel's gone. Stemmel was going wrong all the way down, struggling for survival. He just couldn't hold it. And there is that new dip at the bottom of the style hang this year, and it caught him. Let's hope he's okay. Daniel Mara, leading for Switzerland by 700ths from Giardelli. Is he going to join the Kitzbuhel elite? Well, it's a long wait at the top of the mountain now, and Graham Bell's up there with them, and Martin Bell. And Brian Stemmel being taken by helicopter to the Kitzbuhel hospital here. Let's hope it's not as serious as it looks. So now, Graham Bell. He says, I've got to get the turns right. He's not frightened of it. Took that well. This is what he's going to work on.
26th place for Graham Bell so far. Seine beste Platzierung im
Didn't look too comfortable through there to me. And he's slow. And the tuck position is certainly not right. Martin suffered from it a couple of years back. He's improved it, but Graham's tuck needs work. And he knows it. Martin Bell. 43rd yesterday. Still skiing with that thumb in a splint from the Val Gardena crash. He's past the Mousefoller, past the stile hang, onto the traverse and the swings. He's 32nd at the moment, 4 3/4 seconds down on the pace. Graham, his brother, finished in 2:02.84. Martin is faster on this section. And again, Graham has beaten him. And that's one of the slowest times today on the Hahnenkamm. So nothing much to shout about, I'm afraid, for the Bell boys on the 49th Hahnenkamm weekend. Here's a man with a few bumps and bruises, Stephen Lee, who's been having a succession of falls over the last couple of weeks. The hero of Falls Creek in Australia. And his form dropping away over the last couple of seasons. Oh, and he's gone, Stephen Lee. Well, that's about the 5th fall he's had in a fortnight. He caught an edge there, lost the ski just where the timing gun was coming up to tell him how fast he was going. Didn't need to know that. Look at that. He's a hard fella. Smile on his face as ever. Bill Hudson, United States of America. No sign yet of anything being produced by the Americans in downhill racing, and Hudson goes in the fastest or the quickest fall here at Kitzbuhel. So the 49th running of the Hahnenkamm goes to Daniel Mara of Switzerland. He beats Mark Giardelli by just 700ths. Giardelli making one small mistake in the compression just before the finish. Wernsberger is the best of the Austrians in 3rd, Zurbriggen and Muller 4th and 5th. Höflener, again, is pushed down, this time in 10th spot.
It's a great day, the best day in my life, I think, yeah.
When did you know you were the winner?
After Mark Giardelli, I think, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you ski the course? What was it like for you from the top?
I ski very fast in the first part of the course, and then, yeah, the skis were very fast in the middle part, and then I ski very well in the last part of the course.
I'm very happy to reach the finish without a fall, without an accident. I had a trouble just before the finish line, and so I'm glad with the second place.
Did you think if you had not had that mistake just before the finish, you would have won?
It's possible, but I don't know how Daniel made the run. It's possible that he made also mistakes, and so it's even.
2 more World Cup downhills, both in Wengen next weekend before the World Championships in the United States. In the World Cup Championship, Höflener still leads, but look how close it is. 3 points separating the next 3. And Zurbriggen, still without a race win, is 7th. The American Bill Hudson, who fell, is all right, but Brian Stemmel, the 22-year-old Canadian, is in hospital now in Innsbruck. After his fall on the icy stile hang, Stemmel has a fractured pelvis and other internal injuries, but his condition is satisfactory. We wish him well. The last race of this Kitzbuhel weekend is the slalom, and this one is always one of the most difficult on the circuit due to the changing terrain. 2 runs, of course, times added together. The best on the first run was the biggest name in slalom racing, the Olympic champion Alberto Tomba of Italy, whose form has been a bit up and down this season. Giardelli, the slalom championship leader, was 4th, over 3/4 of a second down. Second run then, reverse order for the Tomba will go last, and the first man we're going to see is from Norway. Finn Christian Jager, the 22-year-old. The best he's ever done in slalom racing is a 7th. That was in Åre in Sweden a couple of years ago. 11th on the first run, over 1.5 seconds down. Tremendous push up by Jager. Oh my goodness, he's gone already. He knew what he had to do, and you can't go much quicker than that. Oh, despair. He had a lot to do, a massive gap to pull out. He was never right from the start at, and about the second gate, all gone. Rudolf Nierlich, Austria. 5th in the Olympic Games giant slalom. In fact, he's just won another giant slalom in Kirkberg down the road from here this week. 10th on the first run. Just a little bit faster than Jäger, who went out before this. 65 gates, 180-meter drop. Look at the way it changes across the hill, then back, weaving through the gates. Comparison there with an earlier runner. And Nierlich is quickest. In his 4th season, he was out through the whole of '86 through injury. And he made a mistake there, but he's still all right. Never won a slalom race. All the faster men, of course, from the first run still to come, and another mistake by Nierlich. 53.08, he must do this in the lead, and he does. And he's in by half a second. The best of the early men on this second run, but 2 or 3 mistakes for Nierlich. Stenmark. 12 years at Kitzbuhel, 5 wins, 3 seconds, never out of the top 8. One of the most remarkable records in ski racing. 9th on the first run. About 1.35 down on Tombo, will be the last to go. That's the big change. Takes it well. Nierlich split on the left. And he's only just over it, but he was faster than Nierlich, so he still had a good chance. Little run down there, up over the lip, swings again then to the left. Another change, target on the left, oh, he's gone, inside of the line. 3 gates to go, and Stenmark is out for the first time in his career at Kitzbuhel. Giardelli will have seen it. Giardelli lying 4th at the first run. 0.85 down. Championship leader. 2 wins this season. What a weekend he's having here at Kitzbuhel. That's still the best time of Nierlich at that stage. Nobody's gone faster. Now Giardelli, he's still all right on his overall advantage. If he can ski this part as fast as Nierlich, he'll go into the lead. Times added together for the 2 runs. The faster men going last. This is Giardelli's expert discipline of skiing, despite what he's done in downhills. 53.30 to take the lead over Nierlich of Austria and goes second. Second for Giardelli, and the Austrian still leads.
Deuxième position, second, best time, 146.31. 1:46.31.
Armin Bittner, West Germany, World Championship bronze medalist in Chrome Montana a couple of years ago. 3rd on the first run, and a little bit faster than Giardelli was, and quite a bit faster than Nierlich. Improving all the season, tremendous form he's in. Won the last slalom in St. Anton. Now, can he go faster than Nierlich? Nobody's done it so far at this stage, and he's a little slower, but he's still got about 3/4 of a second if he can do this bit as well as Nierlich did. It's still Nierlich leading from Giardelli. Nierlich now watching Bittner. Nierlich's never won a slalom. He's very close to winning one. Bittner good through that. 53.60 to take the lead. His time on the right. He's there, surely. Yes, he is. And he's skied the bottom part faster than Neerlich. He's in by over a second. Bittner of West Germany leads, but the big threat's still to come.
Armin Bittner, Deutschland übernimmt die Führung, nunmehr Zweiter. Rudi Neerlich und Dritter Mark.
And here is the big threat, Alberto Tomba. Leader on the first run. Over a quarter of a second in hand. Failed to finish 2 of the 4 slaloms this season. Still Neerlich fastest at this point. Can Tomba beat it? No, look at that. No, 0.69, but that means he is still up on Bittner, who leads at the moment on overall timing, but not much. And Bittner can't watch. He doesn't want to watch. Only this man can beat him. Tomba up over the difficult section, coming down to where Stenmark fell. He's through that. Here he goes on the run in, 53.05 to beat. He hasn't beaten it, and Tomba is beaten, and Bittner has got it. Armin Bittner of West Germany. Only the 3rd slalom victory of his career, but 2 in a row this season. What a preparation for Vail and the World Championships. Not too pleased, was he? But to win at Kitzbuhel is a special mark in your record book. He beats Tomba, Austria of a man on the rostrum. Giardelli is 4th. And it means that in the slalom championship, Giardelli loses his lead to Bittner, who hasn't been out of the top 4 in any of the 5 races so far. Tomba 3rd. The last slalom in Europe is next week in Wengen, the Eiger resort, where we also have the last 2 downhills before we go to America for the World Championships. So the Laberhorn weekend on Ski Sunday next week. Here in Kitzbuhel, the party goes on. The Swiss fans, well, they haven't had too much chance to celebrate so far this season, so they'll make the most of Mara's downhill win, especially as it happened in Austria. Bittner and Giardelli, the other champions of the weekend. For them, it's back to work and on to Wengen.